going to run through this giant list of questions I got from Instagram. And for you guys, but for also for anybody on the replay. And then any questions that you have, you just let me know. And if you just interrupt me, if you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't clear. And we'll try to, just do this quickly and hop off so everybody can go to bed.
There we go.
That's good.
Question, I have a day job. Do you meet during the day? Yes, we do. Tuesdays at 1:00. We usually meet the second Tuesday of every month from 1:00 to 2, most of the time 3. Those times consist of me teaching like a topic, which ranges anywhere from finances to like web design to some more artistic topics like a book club or finding inspiration. I often try to teach and then have a conversation. So that's why the meetings are usually about an hour to 2 hours. I want to start an art business. I want to start an art business. Is this right for me? This is a question I get a lot. I'm usually looking for people who have at least started, that they have a little bit of expertise or a little bit of time under their belt, and they're like trying to level up or like kind of move things along. But for the very fresh, like I just started or I'm trying to start, put an application in and we'll talk. Do you have to be an artist? This is also something like my expertise lies in two-dimensional art. So I teach from that perspective. And so I find that it's most helpful for those people.
Okay.
But I feel like it can be, I don't know, there's certainly creative business owners that could get things out of this group, but my expertise really lies in the visual artist. I have had a dancer, I've had a ceramic artist, and they were both people who could really pull the advice and teachings and apply to their business. Who is this group not for? I'm trying to figure out if it's right for me. This is a hard question because I really think it's mostly for artists and creatives. I think if you don't identify as that yet, or you think you might, or you might be on your way, like, I just think it's really great to email me or send me an email or apply and like talk to me about it in your application. Hi, Sarah, can you tell me what topics you cover? I'm interested in growing my painting practice. This mastermind is more art business focused. It really is about the business of art, meaning how to get your art out of you and into the world and to make some money doing it. That is the key that's really like the foundation. But we talk about art and we talk about inspiration. And I always feel like I'm a business owner who's an artist, but like I'm an artist first. That feels really, really important to me. And my teaching comes from being an artist first, that the business wouldn't exist if I weren't an artist first. So if you're trying to grow just your painting practice and not really your business, then this might not be interesting. Like you really have to be interested in the business aspect of your art. When does the mastermind start? It starts January. Applicants will know in October. I put it on the application like 18th or something. And then no 20th. I'm not sure. And then payments due by the end of October. And then I sort of welcome everybody, and then everybody can like go do their holiday thing. And then we start officially January 2024. Is this group for artists? I addressed that. Do I have to be in business? Oh, this is a great question. Do I have to be a business expert and add strategic ideas to the mastermind? I love this question. No, you do not need to be a business expert, but I do think the mastermind comes like the full like wealth of a mastermind comes from people really being dedicated to the group and dedicated to each other. Because then what Barbara is like thinking about, Jill is like, oh, what about this? And Barbara's like, oh my gosh, I literally never would have thought of that. Thank you for your mind, because your mind helped my mind to get this thing to a different place. And so the heart of the mastermind is, do you have the time to give to yourself, and do you have the time to give to the others around you? This question is so funny. Will I sell more of my art next year by being in Wonder? I hope so. It really depends on how quickly you implement these ideas. I am not a make money quick girl. If anything, I preach the slow and steady wins the race. And if you do these things thoughtfully and implement strategically, I do think it will end up in creating more money in your bank account and more profit, which is what I'm really interested in. But if implementation can be tricky, then it's hard to guarantee that. There is no guarantee. It's really what you do with the information. How much is pre-recorded content? None. It's all monthly meetings and then office hours every 4th week. So Tuesdays are our monthly meeting, and then second Tuesdays, and then 4th Tuesdays are our office hours. So like if you have an implementation question, like, okay, I'm trying to do this thing on my email server, like I need to send an email and I don't know how, that's like what office hours are about. So no pre-recorded content. There is, what I'm doing this year is offering a vault of some of like the best of Wonder over the last 3 years, and those things will be in our like Kajabi platform ready for everybody in January. So they'll be able to like dig into topics that maybe you're kind of interested in, kind of those base topics, like why have an email list? That's like a good base topic. Couple of cute comments. I think I need more help than I can give. I feel really stuck, not sure if this is right. That's a really vulnerable thing to say. And I feel like if anybody who is listening to this wrote that, I think that's really a good thing to be honest about. Like if you don't have the time to give to the group, then being in a mastermind probably isn't the right step for you. It's really about being able to give the time and also receive the time and be able to put the work in. How much is it? That is on the website. It's $4,500 for the year, and then you can pay all upfront or monthly, $398 a month. Full-time job, and I work a full-time job and do my art in the margins, but I'm really interested. This looks incredible. You know, that's so wonderful. I also worked a full-time job and was in a mastermind, and I took my lunch time during the meetings. And if it's really important to you, I would say go for it. Like if you really structure that time, like I present the calendar of dates like before January, like you will know exactly when our meetings are. You can like schedule them out, you can block them out. And if you really want to do this, like you can do that, and just say from 1 to 3 o'clock on second Tuesdays, I am off, or I take my lunch, or I take a long lunch or something. Like it is doable. Like it really is doable. I'm changing up my products, so kind of in transition. Should I wait a year? This is also a great question. I think Wonder isn't really for people in transition. Wonder is more about, I'm doing this thing, I've been doing it, and I kind of want to up level that thing. Not to say that new things can't come in, but if you are in like major transition in your life, like this probably isn't the right group. This is really more about up leveling your art and business. This isn't a question. This is just a statement. I really want to make more money. Don't we all? I'm in year 10 of my business. Is this only for new folks or could it be a good fit? I think it is definitely for anyone in their business. 2, 3 years to 10, 15, 20. Like if you need community, if you need fresh ideas, if you're like, I am just bad at marketing my work and putting myself out there, I need some new strategies, then this is a good fit. What kind of artist do you have to be? Really any artist. Like 2D art is what I do, but I feel like so many of the things we talk about is more strategic about getting your work out there, like really getting your work out there. And that can be applicable to 3D artists, that could be applicable to some creatives. If you run, it's all in like how you want to run your business. So again, email me or apply and like let me know what your situation is. I have small kids and don't have much time. This is hard. I have some new mamas in my group and it is really hard. But again, if it's something that you feel really dedicated to, carve that time out, protect it with your life and really move it forward. And what if I don't live in Pennsylvania? That's totally fine. You don't have to live in Pennsylvania. You can live anywhere. We have people from Wonder has had people from Canada and all over the United States, California to New England to Florida to Texas to Michigan, all over the place. I haven't had a European or Australian, or I haven't had anybody on the other across the ocean. I have a day job. Oh, we answered that. So those are the mountain of questions I got when I asked. Do you ladies have any questions, or is there anything I can clarify for you? Barbara, I see you're unmuting.
Yes. I was wondering about, do you get into conversations about mindset, your mindset of business and how you view yourself and how you view your business?
We do. Yeah. I think that comes out in the topics that, so we'll talk about email lists, but it almost always incorporates a conversation about like, why am I not moving forward on that? Like, what am I afraid of? Or what's holding me back? What are my pain points? Like, that's one of my favorite questions to address. Like, what are the pain points? Because so often we have this tiny, tiny little pain point, but that keeps us from everything afterwards, you know, and maybe that pain point is something like Jill, like your daughter can fix for you, or maybe it's something just having the group can like actually help you move that, because maybe there's somebody in the group that like can help you. Yeah.
I had a question.
Yes, Jill.
So one of the things that I noticed that you had on the website talked about monthly office hours. Can you describe what that is a little bit?
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about, like where we meet every 2 weeks. So the second Tuesday is a teaching topic and a conversation about the teaching topic. And then the office hours are 2 weeks later, the fourth Tuesday of every month. And those office hours are just me being available to anybody who wants to come and ask a question, figure out a solution to something that's holding them back, talk about a pain point. I would say it's not so much a like it's not, it wouldn't be like a one-on-one, but it would be a time where, like, imagine being in college where you were literally going to your professor's office hours to like talk through something that you couldn't do during the class, or maybe that like the class didn't cover. Basically being available.
So that first week, are those topics ones that you generate or bring up with the group? They are, right?
Yes. So the second Tuesday of every month are topics that are kind of designed by me. So I usually have I have like a long list of topics, but I also sort of read the group, like what does the group need right now? And then I pull from my like hat of like bag of tricks and will like design the teaching topic on either something that feels pertinent to the group at the time or something that I want to like spur a conversation. So like
Okay.
today in the mastermind, we just met today at 1 o'clock and for our second Tuesday of the month meeting, and we talked about pitching to magazines. And then we talked about basic pitching. And then we talked about, I gave 6 case studies of things that I have done in collaboration with magazines, with companies, with projects, and I broke down like how they occurred. So everything from the first contact to like the very last thing, and it's closed up and all done. And then we had like about an hour conversation around pitching, what holds some mindset stuff, like what holds you back, and then how to get ready to pitch, how you know you want to pitch. And then we talked about our dream people, like our dream magazine or our dream pitch. And in that conversation, like it just brings up all these cool things that maybe you don't even know about each other. And you're like, oh, well, Jill really wants to be in, anthropology. Well, I used to work at anthropology. Like, let me help her get her stuff in anthropology. Like you never know who has a connection. So we like talked through that.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay. Well, it
And-
sounds like a wonderful workshop, a year-long workshop, if you will, a retreat. I did notice that you also have a couple of retreats on there. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So the whole year is called being in a mastermind group. So it's not a workshop, it's not a retreat. It's really being a part of a group for a year together.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then in that group, we do lots of things. We meet, we have office hours, we, do all these fun things. And 2 of those things are an online retreat where we talk via Zoom for 2 days. And then what just happened was sort of like, Jill, when you came to the August retreat, it was like 4 days of that, where we're creative, but we're also brainstorming for each other. And we're also going and having a yoga session and going out to dinner and staying up late and talking too much. And it's like all of those things all together.
Is that going to be at your place as well, or is that, okay?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
And how many people are in the group?
So the group really, I don't know until applications come in, but the group would never be more than 15 people. And
Okay.
I aim for it to be between like 8 and 15 people.
Okay. Mhm.
But more than 15, I'm not really interested in. It just gets too big, but also below
Right.
8, like people have lives. And so things happen, people have to go, they're not there. And like the power is in the group. Like if the power is in the group being there for each other and really digging into each other. And so the priority is for everybody to attend at least every second Tuesday meeting, and the retreats. Like that would be the most important.
Very good. Very
Okay.
good.
Great.
Did you have another question, Barbara?
Nope, that was it. Yeah.
Did you
Thank
have more
you.
questions, Jill?
Let me see, did I have something else on here? I did put a couple of them down. Oh, I did have a question for you, just out of curiosity, and I think I have an idea of what you're talking about, but maybe you can clarify passive income. You mentioned, passive income. Is that a way where you make your art work for you after you've already created it without having to reproduce it again? Is that the concept?
Yeah, so it's not just your art, it's anything that you do once and then you continue to get the money for it. So that could be putting your art on like a thing like Society6 or Artfully Walls. There's companies where you submit your artwork and they accept you and then people order it, but they do all the fulfillment. And so really you just get a percentage of that each month. That can be
Is that a
extremely
print from the
fruitful.
original, or how does that work?
You scan your originals
Okay, that's what
and
I
then you send them a digital file and then they reproduce it. These things are like that is a great topic that we get into because as much as it can be really helpful to have that kind of thing in your pocket, like it also puts your work out in some, like your work can be delivered to people in a way that you maybe wouldn't want your work to be delivered. Some people don't care. Some people just want to make their work and they don't care if like it shows up to their customer in a way that they wouldn't. But like me personally, I want to have my hands on my work more. You know, I want to like know what the customer is getting.
Yeah, I mean, I've only worked with originals thus far. I haven't done anything with printing, you know, printmaking. That was more a concept that my daughter had, you know, so that's why I started scanning in some work, but it's all new to me and I'm just trying to understand it all and
There's
see where.
also ways to have passive income like through teaching, right? So like I teach
Yes,
on Skillshare and I have a class on Skillshare that continues to like pay me, but I did the work once. And so that's called passive income because it's passive. Like I'm not doing anything anymore to do it. I mean, I sometimes like go in and like comment on projects and stuff, but I'm not actively teaching every single time, you know?
oh, that's very cool.
Yeah,
That's
there's so
cool.
many opportunities like that.
Yeah, it's learning those opportunities. I think that would be so exciting.
Totally.
How
Yes,
to explore all those options, right?
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it for questions for me, though.
Awesome, Jill. Those are great. You guys came with great questions.
Well, thank you for
Good. Thank
hosting
you.
us and you know, having this opportunity. It was
This is
very
great.
helpful and yeah.
Awesome. I'm so glad.
Thank you.
No problem, you guys. All right.